Storm clouds gather over Europe. Mistrust and rivalries between realms threaten to break and flood the world in a tide of total war.
Hello everyone, Elias Leonidas here, and we have a new Let's Play series in Medieval 2 Total War. And I'll just get this out of the way. Medieval 2 Total War is probably one of my favorite games of all time. Now, us playing this Let's Play of Medieval 2 Total War will hopefully correlate with our first actual review and our Pantheon of Games review. Now, I don't know if I'm going to release this Let's Play before or after that review, but just a heads up to check out that review if you are enjoying this Let's Play as well. So what we're going to do today, what this Let's Play series is going to be about, we're going to play a single player Grand Campaign experience, the best of course, and we are going to play as, drumroll, Scotland. Now Scotland is a one province. They're kind of out of the way, and they have routes to expansion. They have a much stronger neighbor, and that much stronger neighbor pretty much often beats up on them because that neighbor has the ability to only focus on Scotland and doesn't necessarily have to deal with France. They usually do go to war with France, but England can just focus on Scotland and conquer the British Isles. So playing as Scotland sometimes can be a bit difficult when it comes to the game because you have one enemy and that one enemy is bigger than you and is focused on you often pretty early on and throughout the entire game. But we're not just going to leave it there. Oh no, we're going to play the authentic Scottish experience. And by authentic Scottish experience, that means very hard difficulty. Now for battle difficulty, I am not the best general. I am a great strategic mind. I cannot really be said to have the same capacity when it comes to being a general on the battlefield. So to make this difficult to me, but not to the point where we'll lose every single game, we're going to put the battle difficulty to only hard. We will keep this very hard difficulty on the general map campaign and for the general game because I believe I can handle that one. And we're not going to play a long game. This is going to be meant to be a short series, as this is the Scottish experience. The whole point and the whole goal for us is to eliminate the English. We want to conquer all the British Isles, or as they should be known once we're done with them, the Scottish Isles, and we want to control it all by making sure there is not a single Englishman, province, town, city, or life left. So as Scotland, we are going to hopefully eliminate England. That's at least our short-term goal. And we may try to, for sure, just complete this short campaign, just complete it. So we may choose another goal or objective afterwards. The British Isles aren't the biggest place, so just by killing England, we wouldn't have enough to complete it. But we'll see how the series goes. So with that, let's get started.
Scotland Scotland remains at the mercy of the English. Though its people are strong-willed and defiant, they face a daily struggle against subjugation. Despite this, these courageous people fight for a future where they are at the mercy of no one. For the Scottish, to fight is to survive. To shake off the shackles of oppression requires a mighty hero to unite the clans and forge an empire.
So here we are, everyone. We are in our campaign map mode. We are the Scottish. We're up here by ourselves. We do have the English down here, and that's pretty much all we have discovered. So let's talk through our actions. I think the first thing we're going to do is not try to make sure we have control of all of what is traditionally Scotland. Instead, we are going to try to prevent the English from being able to expand quite as easy as they normally can. And we're going to do that by trying to take York down here right away. We're also going to send a diplomat down here. We'll probably eventually send a boat down here to make sure he can go to France so we can build an alliance with the French. We're going to send the spy down here as well. Check out some of the English movements. The English forces should be somewhere around here, so hopefully they can't get to York this turn, but it'll be close. And what we may do is we are literally going to drag everything we have and attempt to take that. Again, I'm not the greatest strategic general, so it always has me a little worried, but we will try our best. First thing I think we're going to do is build a port and then build a market. Now this does take away from our money right away, but I am okay with that because those two things are rather important. We'll build up some more troops, and we might get a merchant after we get just a couple troops to have here. I guess I can't read the value unless I have a merchant, but we might put one of them on one of these trade resources around here. We somehow have a navy, even though we do not own a port, which really confuses me, but we're just going to send him all the way down here. If he gets killed, it's fine, but he's going to try to transport our diplomat once he sees where the English are. Maybe we make at least a trade agreement with them just to make a little bit of money. We're not going to attack the English instantaneously. We're going to be smart about this, but after that, we'll see how we go. So we just got a mission to take York, which is perfect for us. That just basically guarantees it should be really advantageous to take this. We're going to bring this army down here, and we are going to start our first battle. So we're going to assault the fortress. We have huge numerical advantage, and it is against rebels. We're going to fight this battle as we're going to fight all campaign battles here. We have our king present, King Malcolm, but we are actually going to lead with Edmund. Actually, let's... The only problem is I think if I withdraw, I think it runs away. Does it run away? No, it doesn't. So we're going to lead with Malcolm, actually. So we're going to lead with our king. So we're going to command King Malcolm. He's a 4-star general against a rebel general with no stars. And we have, I believe he's our heir, or at least a general, Edmund Canmore. And let's get to it. This will be our first battle of the series. So it's a snowy, gloomy day, which means this is a perfect day for Scottish deployment. Now, our allied forces are across the way, and I'm not commanding them, it's fine. We are going to start the battle. What we're going to want to do right away is send these light cavalry over here. I think there is an opening to the east over here, and we're going to have them flank them from there. We're going to send these Scottish foot soldiers to attack from the front, and we're going to have our archers move up and hopefully parade them with arrows. We're going to have our king and an heir or a general. I don't quite know our dynasty just yet. We're going to move him out to the left. Somehow these dudes are not moving up, and these guys are only walking at a light speed, so let's double time that. There is a gap there, so we'll be able to get there and flank them from the other side. Our allied forces have already arrived. This battle honestly should be really obtainable, even for me, not being the best general.
Good tidings! The enemy general lies dead. We have sent the cur to hell.
The enemy rebel general is already dead. I think we'll definitely be more than fine with this one. We have our Scottish forces, our Highlanders moving in. And the Highlanders are supposed to meet those guys, but they're running off to deal with our horses, I guess, and our cavalry units. We just have a wave of blue and white Scottish troops slowly pushing. I apologize for the camera. Sometimes the camera is not the best in medieval too, and I don't have the best controls of the camera mechanics right now.
The enemy force remains.
I had a nice little glitch there. Yeah, they're dead. Our cavalry has really taken care of those guys. They might still be... I can't find their troops. They're somewhere in there, maybe a troop or two. No, I think they might be wiped out, it looks like.
Our men are in control of the city.
And we're just gonna hit them from behind. Again, this battle is already over, which is great. This is the first great video that makes me look like a totally competent and not inept general that we may see later in the series. These poor rebels, well, they are English, so I can't feel too sympathizing for them. They're screwed. They are completely surrounded, and their general's dead, and they're just being slowly picked off. Plus, they're archers, so they're really not built for this. There are some spearmen over here, but it's not good for them. Just have a swarm of Scottish troops. Oh my goodness, just rushing over. It's just like a mess right in here. Just so many men just standing over top of each other.
This is a clear victory that goes to only men of great virtue and valor.
So with that, we got our first victory out of the way. We succeeded. We only lost a total of 96 men, which is great compared to 346. And we, commanding our army, only lost 20 men, which is probably the lowest casualties we'll see this entire Let's Play. So that is great. We have conquered York. We are going to occupy the settlement. It doesn't really make a difference to me. And right away, we're going to build walls. I don't expect an invasion from the English, but that is always a possibility.
Yes, sire.
We're actually going to go down here. Interesting, there is only Prince Rufus.
Do you have a proposition for us, noble sire?
See, normally, I wouldn't be for mixing with this English dogs, because we are proud true Scots, but we can steal away their beautiful princess, and give them a false sense of security. Plus, that will kind of help secure us from having to deal with the English, at least in the short term. We want to build up our strength first. They have 3 provinces at the start of this game, whereas we only have 1. So they'd already have kind of the general advantage, and they have the expansion advantage. So let's bide our time. I'm going to make this offer. They accepted.
Farewell.
This doesn't mean we are true allies with the English. We're just going to lull them into a false sense of security, and then we're going to betray them and kill them.
In God's name. Aye, my liege.
What I think our next major move is going to be is we are going to look to moving our troops here, over here, and sieging out this castle. If we can do that, then we will have successfully prevented the English from expanding anymore, at least on the British Isles. And hopefully that means the Brits will, or the English, I should say, getting my names a little bit wrong here, the English will be stuck with expanding in France, which will cause some tensions with the French. Marriage celebration. Let's check out our dynasty. It's actually something we should have done right away, but so our king is King Malcolm. He is 50 years old. He has 5 piety. He's married to Margaret. She's 40. Our first king, our first prince, / our oldest son is Prince Edward. He's 24 and the faction heir, and he is married to Cecilia, and she is the English princess we just married. Our other son is Edmund Canmore. He was in the battle with us, commanding the other side. And then we have 2 more sons, Alexander Canmore, he's only 10 right now, and David Canmore, he is 8. So we have a lot of sons, which is good for us, because that means we have a lot of opportunities to have heirs, just in case if one of our sons dies during any battle. So looking at the general overview, we have okay relations. His Holiness is neither favoring us nor having ill will towards us. The Pope is a 40-year-old man, Pope Gregory of the Papal States. We can request a crusade. There's no point in that right now. He hates the Holy Roman Empire. That's the way it starts. And he has favor towards the English, which is something we do not want him to do. We're going to want to slowly ruin his opinion of the English. Looking at all the stats, we're pretty far behind in everything, but that's okay. We're improving. We improved military, population, and overall, so, we'll get there. Recruitment, army routes. We successfully completed that mission, so we got 2,500 florins from it, and we technically are in an alliance with the English, but don't worry. Don't let that fool you. We aren't friends. We're like that person that pretends to be friends with somebody, and then we're gonna stab them in the back. We're gonna stab the English in the back when the time comes. So don't you worry. They hit the space bar, hopefully make it go a lot faster.
Fleet ready. Aye, Captain.
I'm gonna bring the fleet over to the port here. Oh, there's actually not a port even built yet. And we're going to add some of these men.
Command me. Aye, my liege.
He's a family member. I don't want to have my sons get killed, but at the same time, having good generals is always important. We're going to leave those units behind in York. The faction settlement is green. That means our hire is at least somewhat competent, so they don't hate him. Looking back real quick to see what we could build in Edinburgh. In Edinburgh, we have our market. We can build fleets. I don't see a point to that right this second. We're going to build a merchant and one more troop for now to build up our army strength a little bit more and hopefully really not give the English access. We successfully infiltrated the castle. It is really, really weak defenses, which means we really want to get there first because that is prime and great target to take out for us. End of turn report. We're up to number 4 in military, so our military size has grown drastically, which is fine by me. We're going to need it to make sure we stave off the English. And we finished, as we said before, our port. Okay, everyone, that will do it for this first part of our Let's Play series with Scotland and Medieval 2 Total War, part of our Scottish Revenge Tour. For these videos, I'm going to try to keep them to like a 20-30 minute length. It'll just depend as far as how far we are in the playthrough. I did all of this playthrough in one session, so I'm kind of trying to chop this up so it can get onto YouTube in a comfortable manner. If you liked the video, please make sure to leave a like. If you're interested in seeing more of the Scottish Revenge Tour, hit subscribe to see when the next videos are posted on this Let's Play, or if you're interested in seeing anything else in the channel, make sure to subscribe. This has been Elias Leonidas. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao for now.